Imagine a world where your children can visit another planet like they visit another country, where they are fully immersed in a culture unlike your own, enjoying the foods and music of this other planet. Imagine your child becoming best friends with a child from this planet that they like to visit in the summer or on alternating intergalactic holidays. They run around and they play tag like children do, and they could never imagine a world in which this wasn't their life. A world in which this wasn't possible. So why isn't this our reality yet? With all of the advancements and technological growth we've achieved as a collective world, why does it seem like there's a strong possibility we are all alone in the universe? What does that mean for us if we are? More importantly, what does it mean for us if we aren't? This train of thought brings us to something called the Fermi Paradox. The theory was created and named after Italian-American physicist Enrico Fermi. The Fermi Paradox is the discrepancy between the fact that we have found no conclusive evidence of the existence of intelligent extraterrestrial life, despite the fact that, given our knowledge of the universe, they probably should exist. My name is Shiqiri Poulson, and welcome to the Big Question Mark. First, we have to consider, while, yes, an extraordinary number of things had to go exactly right in humankind's evolutionary history, including having a planet hosted in the habitable zone circling the sun, where it is not too hot and not too cold to sustain life, and that hunter-gatherer civilizations or nomadic peoples gave way to our modern societies, the idea that we are the only planet in the known universe that has been capable of this exact progression leading to intelligent life is a bit narcissistic. There are billions of other stars and other galaxies that are in the same type of habitable zone, meaning that there are billions of other planets that are capable of hosting intelligent life. Next, we have to consider the age of the universe. In comparison to the existence of Earth, the universe is very, very old, while Earth is fairly young. Inside of that, we have life on Earth, which has only existed for about 3.6 billion years, while intelligent life has only been around for about 250,000 years, making us a mere blip in the timeline of the universe. Knowing this, there could have possibly been great intergalactic life systems that have spread out throughout galaxies and since died off, leaving no material trace. However, if this were to be true, maybe that means that intergalactic systems simply never meet each other, and each respective species is staring at the stars, wondering if they are also completely alone in the universe. Named after Nikolai Semyonovich Kardashev, Russian astrophysicist, in 1964, the scale was proposed in a paper titled The Transmission of Information by Extraterrestrial Civilizations. The first type of potential alien civilization in the Kardashev scale is an extraterrestrial society that is able to harness all of the energy present on its planet. This means that they are able to use wind, water, earth, air, light, and all other energy sources present to the absolute benefit of society. Think about solar-powered houses or hydropower that helps with irrigation. This type of civilization would be capable of using all of the raw materials and energies around them to better the society. And in case you were curious, Earth is actually around 0.73 on the scale to being a Type 1 civilization. Type 2 civilization is like Type 1, but they are capable of harnessing all of the energy of a home star via something like a Dyson sphere. A Dyson sphere, while it has never actually been seen, in theory it would be used to harvest all of the energy of the stars, specifically the sun. And lastly, we have Type 3 civilizations, which is essentially an intergalactic civilization that controls its whole galaxy. Think of Zarkon and the Galra Empire in the cartoon Voltron controlling the entire galaxy. While there are no evil intergalactic overlords conquering and abusing all of the planet's resources, the point remains the same. Any alien race that is capable of this level of advancement would probably be the closest thing we've seen to God. So, why don't these civilizations exist? If we have all of these theories about aliens and their existence, why can we not find them? That brings us to the Great Filter Theory. It originated in Robert Hansen's argument that the failure of any sign of alien civilization implied that something was wrong with the other theories that existed, and thus the Great Filter was born. Now, imagine a very large wall on a conveyor belt. The conveyor belt represents the timeline of the universe and everything that has ever existed moving forward through time. And the wall is the Great Filter. There are two options that could be occurring. Either option 1, this wall is behind us, and we are the first ever civilization in our galaxy. We've never met any aliens because they simply don't exist yet, and we are the oldest intelligent beings in our universe. In this option, currently, we are alone. The second option, however, is that this wall is in front of us, and every other civilization that has ever existed in our galaxy has hit this wall and not made it through. In this situation, the wall is the end point of any civilization that comes in contact with it, and we, as a society, are heading towards that wall. This would be a grim situation, implying that the end of human life and Earth as we know it is inevitable and approaching ever closer while we remain blissfully unaware of it. A truly morbid idea. However, this is not the only theory for where the aliens are. We also have the aestivation hypothesis that says that aliens exist but are simply inactive the way that a bear hibernates. Or the Gaian bottleneck hypothesis, which says that life simply isn't as common as we think it is, and it's very difficult to be created, making us a very rare and special case. It also could be that in all of our trying to get in contact with aliens, maybe they just don't operate at the same radio frequencies that we do. So if they are out there, they have no idea that someone else in the galaxy is reaching out. It also could be simply that we're being impatient. We've only been reaching out and looking for alien life for around a century now. A relatively even tinier blip in the universe's timeline than humankind as a whole. It could be another 1,500 years before we hear from extraterrestrials, according to researchers at Cornell. For now, all we can do is theorize and wait for the day that theory becomes fact, if it ever does. I would like to extend a big thank you for listening to The Big Question Mark, and if you would like to learn more information about aliens and their hypothetical existence, check out In a Nutshell on YouTube for a plethora of information about aliens and a lot of insight into possible human futures as well. This is Shiqiri Poulson, signing off.